You notice referees quite a different style to what you're used to in Britain. They even used to wear evening dress sometimes, and they still wear bow ties and flit around the ring far more gentlemanly than these boys. They get really involved. I'm not sure it's always a good thing to wrestle with fighters to break them.
Abajo, Pupi, trabajo, abajo. Adentro, abajo. Abajo, ahí. Abajo.
Puerto Rican's not wanting for gameness at all. I think he realizes that Chandler's a nice crisp puncher, to say the least, but showing no professional fear at all.
Pupi, mantén. Abajo, Pupi, métete adentro.
It doesn't suit Chandler to get involved in this close quarter stuff. He's much better off standing back, jabbing with that left hand and make the way for the right hand punch, which he seems to do so well. But this is par for the course in American ring, head-to-head stuff, toe-to-toe. And that's what the fans pay to see. No question that the cleaner punching has been done by Chandler, and the referee, you see him in the far corner there, just jotting up the points, and he's going over to have a look at Hernandez. Don't know what that's all about. Yes, he is. He's telling him not to hold around the back of the neck and hit. He doesn't understand too much English, but I think the signals were quite clear there for Puerto Rican.
Round number 4.
Round 4 then. And the tough guy from Puerto Rico, Puppy Hernandez, and this sharp-looking boxer, Jeff Chandler, and it's at the bantamweight level. That's 8 stone 6 pounds for British weights. In fact, there's only a pound between them. Chandler, 8'4½". He's only just a few ounces heavier than Charlie Magri, the British and European champion. 8'5½" is Hernandez. That's 117.5 as against 116.5. Well, the referee has warned Hernandez not to wrestle or hold and pull the opponent onto a punch, but I think he's getting a little bit desperate at a few low punches too. I suppose that happens if the opponent's tall, but I don't seem to bother too much about those things out here. There's a no foul rule in existence with low blows. You can be disqualified for butting or blatant fouling in other ways. Oh no, we don't want the last waltz, thank you. We don't need that. And quite rightly, the referee telling this fellow not to hang on, but he's struggling a bit and trying every trick he can. Can't really blame him for that if he can get away with it. And there's a nice corrective left hand from Chandler.
We'll switch on the bell at the end of this round. Yep.
some of these Mexican fellows I've seen at the top class in bantamweights, Chandler's still got a way to go to catch up with them. But on the other hand, don't sell the Puerto Rican short, I wouldn't have thought. The tough character. Usual advice from the crowd who know it all to get out of the corner, but I don't think Chandler cares too much. I never bothered to say that to Muhammad Ali. He could work off the corners and off the ropes. It's not a good move for beginners, of course. You usually get trapped in there. Referee keeping a stern eye there on Hernandez, having had a quiet word with him and then a rather vociferous word with him.
Round number 5.
So Chandler coming out early for work in round 5 and being ordered back and on the bell, and the referee reminding them again of the round. Not a bad idea. They could only do that in the Grand National and tell them how many hurdles they've got to jump to the horses as they were going round. So there's the usual wise guys calling out to Chandler, this fellow's a sucker for a right hand. Well, he is if you can catch him with it. That's about what that means. He's walking on to that right hand punch a bit, the Puerto Rican, walking to his own left. Yeah, this is the rough stuff. You get a good close-up of it there of Hernandez trying to take Chandler out of his stride. He needs a bit of room to work, the black from Philadelphia. Had a word with him this afternoon. Very articulate boy there, Chandler. He was saying he's just taken up a construction job and he's getting married shortly and already has a son and wants to make some money from the ring, which is how he can too, doesn't it?
Okay. I'll come back here. Well, hopefully the
There's a bit of holding and hitting going on there. He's turning his man. He's trying to pull out every trick, the Puerto Rican. Having fought for the World Championship once, he wants to have another go. See, now Chandler's getting in there, mixing it, trying to take on Hernandez at his own game. That's not a bad start. He's really got to do that if he's seriously thinking about world championships. Hernandez corner there, an old-timer called Billy Presente, who's been in London with quite a lot of fighters. He's obviously worked this fellow around the circuit a little bit. And there's Jeff Chandler working with his team. And as I said, he has a wife, a lady, I should say, as a manager as well, K.O. Becky, all 4'8" of her. Used to be an acrobat on the music halls. And they're just not making this fellow up, by the way. A little bit of petroleum jelly around the face to stop the chafing, the punches going past.